You might think that Hollywood is good at forecasting the future. Indeed, Robert Wallace, the US version of MI6's fictitious Q and the head of the CIA's Office of Technical Service, has described how Russian operatives would study the current Bond film to see what technology might be coming their way. As a result, Hollywood's persistent fixation with killer robots may be a cause of concern. Dolly, Apple TV's upcoming sex robot courtroom drama, is the most recent example. Well, interested to know more about it? Then you're at the right spot, so let's directly jump into the video. The real killer robots. Dolly is the latest in a long line of films involving killer robots, including Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey's HAL and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator T-800 robot. Indeed, antagonism between robots and humans was at the heart of Fritz Lang's 1927 blockbuster Metropolis, the first feature-length science fiction picture. However, practically all of these films get it wrong. Killer robots will not be sentient humanoid robots with malice in their hearts. This would make for a compelling plot and a profitable box office, but such technology is decades, if not centuries, away. Contrary to popular belief, robots may never be sentient. We should be concerned about far simpler technologies. These technologies are already used on the battlefield, like in the Ukraine and Nagorno-Karabakh, a conflict that changed everything. Movies like Angel Has Fallen 2019 and Eye of the Sky 2015, which portray much simpler armed drones, may paint the most accurate picture of the real future of killer robots. On the evening news, we see how increasingly autonomous drones, tanks, ships and submarines are transforming modern combat. These robots are only somewhat more advanced than those available at your local hobby shop. And their algorithms are increasingly being given the authority to identify, track and eliminate targets. This is putting the globe at risk with a slew of moral, legal and technical issues. Such weapons, for example, will exacerbate our troubled geopolitical scenario. Turkey is already developing as a major drone power. Such weapons breach a moral line, ushering in a horrific and horrifying world in which unaccountable robots decide who lives and who dies. Manufacturers of robots, on the other hand, are beginning to push back against this future. A promise not to use weapons. Well, the 6 top robotics businesses swore last week that their robot platforms will never be weaponized. Boston Dynamics, which develops the DEADLIEST humanoid robot, which can perform an incredible backflip, and the Spot robot dog, which looks like it's straight out of a Black Mirror TV series, are among the companies involved. This isn't the first time that robotics businesses have expressed concern about the future. 5 years ago, an open letter signed by Elon Musk and more than 100 other AI and robot company founders urged the UN to limit the deployment of killer robots. The letter pushed the Pope to 3rd place in a worldwide disarmament award. The fact that top robotics companies have pledged not to weaponize their robot platforms, on the other hand, is more of a virtue signal than anything else. Third parties, for example, have already mounted firearms on clones of Boston Dynamics' Spot robot dog, and such customized robots have shown to be useful in the field. In 2020, Israel assassinated Iran's top nuclear scientist using a robot machine gun. Collective action to protect our future. The only way to avoid this dreadful future is for nations to act cooperatively, as they have with chemical, biological and even nuclear weapons. Such legislation, like the regulation of chemical weapons, will be imperfect. However, it will ban arms companies from openly marketing such weapons, thus preventing their proliferation. As a result, the UN Human Rights Council has unanimously voted to investigate the human rights implications of new and developing technology such as autonomous weaponry, which is even more essential than a pledge from robotics businesses. Several dozen countries have already requested that the UN control killer robots. Regulation has been called for by the European Parliament, the African Union, the UN Secretary-General, Nobel Peace Laureates, church leaders, politicians and hundreds of AI and robotics experts as well. Australia is not one of the countries that have so far endorsed these calls. However, if you want to avoid this Hollywood future, you should raise it with your political representative the next time you see them. That's all for today, and we'll be right back with more. So please do like the video and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed the video.